Burton Holborn is not a big town. There's only really one employer, and it's this one, Cresswell's Rocket Factory, where they make these. This is a rocket. In the olden days, Cresswell's made parts for NASA, for the rocket that pretended to go to the moon, and they do much the same today for today's European Space Agency. But Britain's complicated new relationship with Europe could keep rockets like this firmly on terra firma. To use a space cliché, if anyone at Cresswell's is boldly to going anywhere, it's not infinity and beyond, it's down the job centre. Patrick Anadolu is the ESA's project director.
Our Mars lander has an immovable launch window. To work with a British firm under this new situation, it is not possible.
What exactly is the problem?
The problem is that our specifications are in millimeters, but the British factory have started measuring everything in inches.
Cresswell's chief engineer, Nob Collier.
We're producing world-class components from world-class materials. They can't get these anywhere else.
They're getting them from Latvia.
That's not a real place, is it?
They say what you're making is too big.
No, what they're making is too small. Millimeters are so fiddly. You have to do everything in microchips. With inches, you could use proper solid materials. Brass, iron, leather.
The Imperial specifications were adopted across the board by the British aerospace industry in 2016 as part of the Vintage Values scheme.
It was not sudden. We do not know why you would do this. But we simply cannot handle your enormous parts.
Jobs are at stake here. There's no choice. What do they want from us? The 27 other members of the European Space Agency have to fall into line.
You think that's going to happen?
Well, the sooner it happens, the sooner the ESA can have their Mars lander. And what's more, it'll be much bigger than they were expecting. I mean, what a lovely surprise that'll be. You don't get that from Portugal.
The ESA says it will not be renewing Cresswell's contract, and with no other buyers for their suddenly colossal rocket parts, the future looks less than space age for this once proud firm. Another tragic victim of European bureaucracy.
So, where now for Britain's rocket industry, and what? With me are Steph Reaxis, MP for Burton Holborn.
Go ahead.
And technology writer Alta Vista Evans.
Hello?
Stephanie, can I come to you first? This situation is terrible. Jobs at stake, a decades-old relationship in tatters. But even to someone like me, who's not a rocket scientist, is the answer not simple?
What?
To abandon the Imperial measurement scheme.
I don't think we could do that.
Why not?
It's done, isn't it? We've got inches now. Again.
Alta Vista, you're a technologist. Aren't millimetres an international standard for high technology products?
Yeah, no. For other countries, yes, they are.
Right, but, Steph, now, we did previously use millimetres, did we not? It was only 2016 that this changed. Is there no way of going back?
Absolutely not. We use inches now, so I don't know why we would go backwards with that.
Right, we have made the shift before from imperial to metric in general. Can that not be done again?
No, I think the rule is one change, then another, and then that's it.
Yeah, I would agree with that, absolutely.
Right,
yeah.
Whose rule is that?
I don't know, but I think that's the generally accepted consensus.
Yeah, it's been written somewhere, I'm sure.
Right, OK, so, but given that, that technology is about change...
Absolutely.
And possibly one could make the mental leap to a third change, to adapting to the world as it is. Could we perhaps do that?
You could make the leap, but you'd probably fall through the chasm. As a country, we probably have to accept that this is the way it's going to be. We've got to put in the hard yards and go to inches.
Right. And we can't put in the hard meters?
Absolutely not.
It's not the expression.
Even though the rest of the world is using metric. Right. Well, we're talking, of course, of tens of thousands of jobs potentially lost, maybe even more.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Horrible.
I mean, we're looking for schemes to encourage employment for these rocket scientists, maybe in road building or beam picking.
Is that possibly a waste of their talents and skills, education?
No.
Good. Now, just moving on slightly, if we are going to move forward with the inches plan, which it appears we are, could we perhaps use some kind of, for example, maths to convert inches to millimetres? It seems currently we're using the same numbers, but with a different unit of measurement.
You'd be hard pressed to find someone who can do maths in this current climate, and that's mainly down to automation, and that's another thing we have to accept, that the world's moving on. People are using inches. Jobs are being taken by robots.
Could the robots do the maths?
If you could teach the robot the maths, but then you'd have to find someone who knew the maths to teach the robot.
Provided they're using inches, they could be.
So, as we go into the future, how are things looking for British technology, would we say?
Grey, desolate, very, very hot, full of refuse.
Are you optimistic? At all? Maybe,
no.
Anything?
No, I'd say not.
I would agree.
Well, thank you both for your contributions.